What do I remember about filming the last episode of Anyone But Me? It was very bittersweet, and I don't remember necessarily being sad on set as much as I remember the feeling like weeks later and months later when like the emails about getting together for the next read through stop, and like that's kind of the moment where I realized, oh no, that really was it, like we're done. um, yeah, that's what I remember. I think the last day on set I was working, so there's like kind of that, you get into the zone and you get the job done, and you don't want to let that bleed into the work itself, and so I kind of put it aside. But yeah, it was weeks later when it hit me.
When Anyone But Me wrapped, after it had been a 5-year journey, it was a very bittersweet feeling. As an actor, I was ready to try other things and, invest in other projects and other characters and see where that took me, for sure. And at the same time, uh, the idea that we wouldn't be like an Anyone But Me family in the official sense anymore was sad, and in a lot of ways felt like it kind of couldn't really be the end. And I think that instinct was correct because it wasn't really the end. And I think that that's like the beauty of this series, is that it kind of feels like it's never over in a way. Even if we never film anything again, it still lives in these fun spaces and in like the way that I get to connect with like the larger LGBT community and everything that Anyone But Me has given me that way. So it just, I don't know. It's bittersweet, but it also feels like we're not going anywhere, kind of, in a way.
Shooting the last episode of the series, at least we thought it was going to be. Yeah, in a way, it wasn't, but I just was I was emotional. I was very, very happy that we were able to figure out how best to end our 3-year, at that time, 3-season run. The experience of having Anyone But Me in my life, having these actors and crew and everyone else in my life and being part of that. When it was over, the separation, I was already feeling like, oh, this is going to be rough. This really is going to be rough because writing and producing a show like that isn't just episode to episode. It's all of the work we do outside of that too, and people that we meet because of it, and so much that off camera too that of course the viewers don't know but can maybe guess. So it was, as I said, emotional and beautiful.
I wish that we could have seen the characters continue to grow into womanhood and see, how their lives would have developed, and Jodie too, but especially the younger characters, because we came so far in the fight for equality, and now we've kind of taken a step backward culturally, I think, and it would be kind of wonderful to double down and do some more episodes about what it really means to be an adult and to be a queer adult. And so I miss that about my time with Anyone But Me, sort of really normalizing the love between two people, no matter who they are. So I liked feeling like that was my job, was to show up and support that.
I miss my daughter. She never calls. She never writes. She lives, in the same city now. Do I ever hear from her? No. Am I invited to the wedding? No. I have company on that, so it's okay.
We shot this show over 5 years. But here we are 10 years later. You know, and even though the show stopped production then, I just, it's never been far from me because, you know, the show's still out there. It's still engaging with fans. It's never not a part of my life. It's not certainly the 24/7 it was when we were in production. But it's still definitely a part of my life. I certainly, you know, seeing all the fan reaction to it all the time and trying to keep up on, the different platforms that it streams on is always fun and always something you have to do. So even though it ended in 2012, it's never been too far from me at all. And here we are, 10 years later.
So I was just saying that, like, I don't really remember filming my last scene of Anyone But Me, because this really has, like, it's been like a really long process with a lot of stuff, and people have come to LA and been in New York and been back and forth, and in a way for me it feels like it kind of never ended, like it's just kind of gone like this. And there was so much time in between shooting, I guess, the second season to the third season, and yeah, I don't know, but I do remember shooting mine and Rachel's final scene at the Flying Saucer and talking about the letter from her mom, and that being like a really apt ending and a really kind of intimate, connected moment between the two of us, where I think it also felt like, had the show gone on, we would have just ended up being close friends as opposed to this like kind of triangle-y potential love interest.
Now there's something I never thought I'd see. Don't turn around. Looks like the Sophie era has ended for Jonathan.
Yep. Looks like everyone's over me.
Sometimes it takes a lot of years to get over the superstar that is you.
Hey, do you remember when we were kids and we were at the playground way past dark and your mom came by to get us? She sat across the park on top of the slide just waiting for us to come off the swings for what seemed like forever.
She liked us spending time together. Yeah. She told me how special it was that we were connected, and that's a rare gift to find in someone. I had no idea what it meant other than it let me stay out way later than the other kids.
She had a little bit of awesome.
All right, this is what I remember about filming the last episode of Anyone But Me. That last scene at Battery Park, like Vivian gets put through the ringer. So there's a lot of emotion that happens. So we shot it for a while because there was different coverage and blah, 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 whatever. It took a while to film. So I was in a particular emotional state for a very long time. And then afterward, everyone sort of gathered around in a circle, and that was the last thing that we shot. We didn't know the lost scenes were going to happen, so we all sort of gathered around. And Nicole made this like extremely eloquent speech about what this show had meant to her and like what her experience was, and it was just this. It's on tape. Go watch it. Like, it's somewhere on YouTube. It's beautiful, and I'm guessing because she is the way she is, it was extemporaneous and just perfect. And meanwhile, I had been crying for the last, I don't know, hour and a half. And so I was like kind of spent, and like public speaking is not my favorite activity in general. And so I couldn't follow it. It's not like I was gonna say anything that like was gonna add to what she had said. So I was just like, let's just go to the bar, guys.